today we're going to do Combining Like Terms Part 1. This is a 3-part lesson because there's a lot to it. So when possible, I can write an equivalent expression that has fewer terms, and I can figure out whether two expressions are equivalent with each other. So I'm trying to make the sides equal. So I have an answer bank, and I have a set of numbers. I need to make each of these numbers in the answer bank fit in. So I've got to figure out which goes with what. Well, I know 6a plus something is going to give me 10x. So that would be a positive 4x. 6a plus something is going to give me a 2x, so it's got to be a negative number to bring it down. So a negative 4x. Okay, 6a plus something, and it's going to go all the way down to negative 10. So that's going to have to be negative 16x. 6a plus what is going to give me 0? Well, that would be negative 6x, because that would create that 0 pair. The last one, 6x plus what's going to give me 10? Well, I have to create a 0 pair and then add 10. So 6x plus 10. For the next one, same idea, but now I'm using subtraction. So 6x minus what is going to give me 2x? Well, 6x minus 4x is going to give me 2x. 6x minus what is going to give me 10x? Well, I'm going to have to add the opposite. So the opposite of negative 4x would be positive 4x. So, yep, that works. All right, the next one, 6x minus, so I'm going to have to add the opposite. So I have to add the opposite, so that would be negative 5x. That would work out. For number 4, I have to add the opposite. So that would be a 0 pair plus 6. For the last one, I have to add the opposite. So right there is going to give me that 4x, and then I'm left with the minus 10. All right, so this is vocabulary, and the idea is that we're going to color the terms that are the same color, or the same color. So to be like terms, you have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So I'm going to color all my terms first because I think those are going to be the easiest to identify. Those are just numbers on their own. Okay, so those are all the numbers that are on their own. Then I'm looking for ones that have the same variable and the same exponent. So 8x, xy is not the same. So 25x, negative 2x, and then just x by itself. Okay, so let's look for xy's. That's an x squared. That's a y squared. There's an xy. That's a y squared, so that's no good. Okay, so now I'm going to look for all the x squareds. So this one is an xy squared. That one's an xy squared. So now I'm going to look for an xy squared. An xy squared. All right. So now I'm going to look for y squareds. So then I have, oops, I've already used that color. So then I have y's. And then this poor term is all by itself. It doesn't have anything. There are no other x squareds y. All right, so a constant means there's no variable, there's just a number. A variable is a letter that represents a number, and a coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So the coefficient is not the same as the constant. Coefficient is that number in front of a variable, whereas a constant is just the number itself. All right, what are some ways we can tell that 7x plus 2 is not equivalent to 9x? Well, 7x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 plus 1. That's not the same as 9x's. Okay, so when I write it out, it's not the same. Diego and Jada are both trying to write an expression with fewer terms that is equivalent to 7a plus 5b minus 3a plus 4b. So Jada thinks it's 10a plus 1b, and Diego thinks it's 4a plus 9b. Well, I know we've been working on like terms, so that's a like term, and that's a like term. Like term, like term. So I'm thinking it's going to be Diego. And I agree because he put the terms together. So he put the letters together. Ooh, that got exciting. All right, so they want us to write the expression with fewer terms. So I'm going to sort my terms based on what letter they have. So I have a 10a, I have a minus 3, that's a constant, plus a 4a. So I'm going to combine the like terms. Now the sign in front of it goes with that number. So I end up with 14a minus 3. And I'm done. If it's in two separate columns, I can't combine it any further. So then I have negative 3a minus 12 plus 4a. Well, when my signs are different, I have to subtract, so I'm left with a, and it's going to be positive because the larger absolute value is positive. Minus 12 because there's nothing to combine. So it's a minus 12. For this one, I have negative 3 minus 12 plus 7a minus 6a. So I end up with, signs are the same, so I'm going to add negative 15. And then signs are different, I have to subtract, so I'm left with a. And it's going to be positive because the absolute value of the larger number is positive. The last one, I have negative 2m minus 9n plus 2m minus 3n. So that created a zero pair, so all I'm left with is negative 12n. I don't need to put 0m. If I don't have any, I don't write the m. So now they're asking you to write each expression with fewer terms, so you're going to choose the expression that was correctly solved. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.